Hi, my little babies. Welcome back to another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. I just realized I didn't do that in the last video. I just said, hi, welcome to What the Smut Book Reviews. Like, so chill. Who even are you? What the Smut Book Review? Hi, my name is Candace. I'm your host. What was it that I said last time? I'm your harem scarum host. Your ever-present harem scarum host. Hi, how are you? Good, that's good. In today's video, we will be reviewing this book. This is book 2 in RuNyx's Dark Verse. I almost fucked that up when I just said RuNyx's. This is book 2 in the Dark Verse series by RuNyx, and it's called The Reaper. Okay, now, this is book 2 in the series. It is also the second half of like a, I don't want to say it's like a duet, but it is a duet, okay? You know how authors say like, oh, it's a series, but each one can be read as a character standalone. They're character standalones. No. You know how I feel about that. Don't do it. These books, the first 2 could be read as standalones because it's the first book in the series, and the first 2 books are about the same couple. So they don't get the resolution of their relationship, which is like their version of like their HEA. It does not come until the end of this book, which is book 2. So it's kind of like a duet, but it's not a duet because it's part of a series. Authors be doing whatever the fuck they want these days. It's fine. You wrote it, you do whatever the fuck you want, baby, okay? Anyway, we're here to review this book, which, by the way, is about twice the size of the first one. That's a pretty good size book. You know what I'm saying? Also, I like the size that RuNyx picks for these books in terms of like, because you know, like when authors go in and they can choose the paperback size, it can be like an 8.5 by 6.5 or whatever. I like this size. It's big. It's almost as if you're carrying around a hardcover, but without the like, you know, heaviness that accompanies a hardcover. But it looks really good on a shelf. I will say, I don't know if this was on purpose, but the front cover kind of bleeds over onto the spine. I don't know if that was done on purpose or if Amazon just fucked me by printing it wrong. With Amazon, you never know. I gotta stop saying Amazon and just do what the kids do and just say the Zon. So my videos don't get flagged. I don't know why they'd be flagged, but the Zon got their hand in everything, right? Okay, anyway. Let's move on, shall we? This book and all the books in the series are free to read with KU. If you want to purchase this book for your Kindle, it will cost you $4.99, which I feel like is pretty average for an indie author Kindle book, or like digital copy of a book. $4.99 seems to have been the average cost that I've run across for the last like 30 books. So I guess it's fine. If you want to own this trade paperback, you can right now, I don't know if it's on a discount, but right now you can get it for $13.27. These numbers are so random. Not the other $4.99, that's not random at all, but like $13.27. I don't know if Amazon's doing that or if RuNyx herself is discounting the price to that, but that is so random. Like 27 cents, not 99 cents, not 49 cents, 27 cents. This book is also available in audio. I listened to the audio. This book is narrated by Kai Kennicott and Michael Pierce. Although I will warn you, you get literally no Michael Pierce until the very end. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine because it's not my goddamn book. So I don't get to say. I don't say how much POV from the male character I get. Anyway, let's read the blurb and then I'll read you my notes, which take up about 1.5 pages. Okay, I did say this book was thicker, so you've been warned. All right. Let's read the blurb and then we'll move on. What happens when the untamable wind and the endless sea collide in the dark of night? Sounds mysterious already. Tristan, the predator Kane, had been unprepared for Marana Vitalio. After spending his entire life with a vow he broke on a rainy night, he finds himself torn in a battle between his painful past and an uncertain future. The only thing he knows, her life still belongs to him. For Marana, the line between enemies and allies has blurred. Everything she once held dear to her has disintegrated, leaving her with both her freedom and life on the line in enemy territory. The only thing she knows, his life has always belonged to her. With 20 years of history tying them to each other, Tristan and Marana begin their hunt for the truth together, and they realize that the mystery of the missing girls is just the tip of the iceberg. Skeletons are uncovered. Dominoes begin to fall. A storm is born. That's in bold. A storm is born. Okay. There's like a... Ooh. Wait a minute. That looks very familiar. That looks very familiar. The little skull thingies, I think. Is that what Mystic Box teased the other day? Anyway, okay. This, if you're here and you have not read The Predator, tune out. If you have not watched my review for The Predator, you should probably tune out. Or go over and watch the review for The Predator and then come back here. Because in my review for The Predator, I wrote down characteristics then for the main characters. In this one, I did not. Literally, for Marana, there's nothing written. For Tristan, I wrote a little more talking. Listen, I've talked about this in other videos, and I know I preached on it when I reviewed The Predator, but the lack of male POV in these books literally hurts my heart. It hurts me. I don't know why she does it. I don't know if it's on purpose. I don't know if it's because she's not like great at writing male POV. Maybe she doesn't have a lot of practice writing male POV, whatever. I don't know why, but it hurts me. I need male POV. I need the main male character to talk a lot. I want dialogue and banter. I need it, or I'll die. I will wither up into a more disgusting husk than I already am, and I'll just die. So for future books, can I please get more male POV? RuNyx, can I please have more male POV? Especially for Dante's book, because okay, let's read my notes. Candace, stay on task. Let's read my notes, okay. So, sorry, that's heavy. That's a heavy book. It is a heavy book. Okay, book opens with older man watching Tristan and Marana's rain scene that took place at the end of book 1. So there's an old guy in a car watching the two of them basically have a standoff in the rain and almost shoot each other and then make out. Something about revenge. I wrote something about revenge. Morana and Tristan go back to apartment, walk in on Dante yelling at Amara for telling Morana Tristan's backstory. Amara leaves. Well, first she calls Dante a coward. And she basically says, like, bitch, start living up to your potential. You're the heir to the throne of Moroni? No. Yes. You're the heir to the Moroni throne. Man up. Start making moves. Okay? Morana goes to bathe and sleep. The end. I think Tristan comes in and they have like a little talking session, but it doesn't really amount to like any, I don't know, midnight fucking, whatever. Tristan and Dante get called back to Tenebrae by Moroni. That's Dante's dad and the head of the outfit. Okay. After some discussion with Dante, Tristan lays it flat out. She's going with him. She will not be left behind. She's my woman, and she's going with me. Yes, they are a thing. Like, they're already a thing at the beginning of this book. It's a weird thing, and it's an unspoken thing, but it is a thing. Okay. So Tristan takes her with him. She meets Moroni for the first time in her adult life. Threatens him. Morana has no chill. I will give her that. She has no chill. She does not give a fuck. He makes her stay in the main house instead of with Tristan in like his little adjacent. Tristan has like lives in his own like private cabin type thing that overlooks a lake on the Moroni's property. Dante is very similar, but his like apartment thing is closer to the main house. Tristan is literally on the outskirts of everything, which seems to be like his overarching theme in life. That like he's on the outside, on the periph, looking in. Never treated like one of the family, always treated less than, but subsequent, but like also feared, right? Okay. Moroni decides to throw a party. Guy in shadows says he's working to find out about Alliance. Okay, so a guy comes up to Morana at the party and essentially stays in the shadows where she can't see his face. And he tells her that he's actively looking into the Alliance and what broke the Alliance. But anyway, okay. He wants to work with her. He knows she has good hacker skills and he wants to work with her. She creates new set of codes to try and locate the stolen ones, but they aren't working properly. Night of party, 2 different assassins try to kill her. She goes to her room. First, she goes out onto the grounds and someone tries to murder her, like literally on the front lawn. Tristan saves her. Then later, someone tries to kill her in her room. On the same night. Okay. She starts to run to Dante's place after the first assassin tries to come after her. Tristan takes her back to his home, starts staying there. They start a relationship. She starts getting messages from someone with the screen name Reaper. She goes with Dante and Tristan to one of their clubs for a meeting. While she and Tristan are messing around in the alley, there's an explosion. There's a big explosion. Big fire. Big fire. Candace. She thinks Dante is dead. So Dante is presumed dead by everyone in the outfit. No one corrects Morana in thinking this. Amara finds out and just completely goes off the grid. She disappears. But it turns out that he faked his death. Going underground for info, Dante. Amara vanishes from grid. I already said that. Tristan mentions third boss involved in alliance, or the syndicate as they called themselves. Went by Reaper, but thought to be dead. Tristan has to go out of town, tells her to check into a hotel for her own safety, obviously. Finds her there later, breaks down. Then there's fade to black sex. Tristan in this moment has a full-blown breakdown. And all of his emotions are just literally like verbal diarrhea out of him to Marana. It's like that pivotal moment in a relationship where they like reveal their cards to each other and all the walls, all the barriers are gone. It was one of those moments. He literally cries. And then they start to have sex, which what could have been very riveting, like very intense love-making type sex. And then it faded to black. And I didn't get it. In the moment, I felt some kind of way. Let's see. They get message that Reaper wants to meet. Go to scope out location a day early, and he's there already. He's an old man with a cane. That's literally what I wrote. Old man with cane. Tells Marana that it was Moroni that took her, but didn't give Gabriel back his own daughter. Gave him third party of Alliance's daughter instead. So Morana's father, Gabriel Vitalio, who's a piece of shit, we established that in book 1. It was Moroni that orchestrated Morana's kidnapping to begin with when she was a little girl. But instead of giving Gabriel back his daughter that was kidnapped, he gave him Reaper's daughter instead and kept Gabriel's daughter as like leverage over him. He also, while that was happening, murdered Reaper's wife and unborn child that she was pregnant with at the time. So Morana has grown up as the daughter of Gabriel Vitalio, but she's not his daughter. She is the daughter of this guy, the third party of the Alliance. And what happened was when he realized that Gabriel and Moroni and Vitalio were basically trafficking in children behind his back, he wanted out. And they murdered his wife and unborn child and kidnapped his other daughter to get back at him. And he essentially faked his death and then watched Morana grow up as the daughter of Gabriel Vitalio. Okay. Kept for leverage, Morana, not really a Vitalio. Okay, I said that. When Reaper found out about sex trade, he threatened to expose Moroni. Moroni had his wife, who was pregnant, killed, and other daughter, Morana, taken. Okay, I said that. Reaper tells them that he has another meeting scheduled in literally like 10 minutes. So like, you gotta hurry up and get out of here. They hide when the people get there, and turns out to be Moroni and Vitalio show up. Reaper reveals Dante is alive. Dante is working with him to uncover the truth about the Alliance. Reaper pulls a knife and slits Moroni's throat. But before he dies, Moroni pulls his own blade and stabs Reaper. Reaper subsequently dies. Dies before Vitalio can get info on his real daughter's location. So Gabriel goes to, like, kneels down to Moroni while Moroni is literally gasping for breath because his throat's been like shish, like, you know, shish kebabbed. Because his throat's been like, you know. And he's like, where is my daughter? Where is my biological daughter? Is she still alive? Tell me where she is. Moroni dies before he gives him the information because he's a prick, obviously. Morana kills her own father after he admits to having Luna taken. So Gabriel Vitalio was responsible for stealing Tristan's little sister. And out of loyalty to Tristan, and because Gabriel Vitalio was just a piece of shit who needed to be wiped from the face of the earth, Morana kills him. Everything gets cleaned up by somebody else. I don't know. Morana will be a gatherer of information for their little crew. Dante will take over the outfit, inherit his mantle as leader of the Moroni family now. And Tristan will run Shadowport, which used to be under Gabriel Vitalio's control. So essentially they're taking over all the territories and working as a trio for a better life. Epilogue. Tristan gets tattoo on ring finger as placeholder until they find Luna and he can marry Morana. So he basically says, I can't marry you. And I can't get married until I find my sister. I need that to be resolved first. And so he says, in the meantime, I got this tattoo to show you what you mean to me. That we are essentially together. We are a couple. You are mine. And it will serve as a placeholder until we find Luna. And then we can get married. For real, for real. I thought that was very cute. I liked it a lot. Morana meets with Shadow Guy, who gives her possible address for Luna's location. Amara is still missing. The end. That's literally it. That's all the notes I took. So obviously there is a larger overarching plot here, right? That is going to run not just in these two books, but into the third book in Dante and Amara's book. I am looking forward to that because I really, the entire time that these first two books were going on, I was side-eyeing Dante and Amara. I was like, I know you guys are going to be the one. Y'all are going to be it for me. For the rating for this book, I'll give it a solid 8.5 because, number one, male POV. I needed it. I needed more. I did appreciate how Tristan talked more in the second half of the book, how he expressed his feelings more. But there's just something about being inside the male mind that I need in order to fully, like, be obsessed about a book. Now, the plot that was kind of, in my opinion, not all over the place, but like you could tell there were loose ends that weren't going to get tied up in the first half. I did appreciate how all of the loose ends were tied up at the end of this one, or the majority of them, because aside from the ones that are going to like pass over into the next book, the plot is good. Like I like where it's going. I like the whole like trafficking kids, and I mean I don't like it, but like as a story, it's very riveting. The very end of the book, you get, I think it's the epilogue, is the one that is from Tristan's POV. You literally get one chapter of male POV in this book. I was happy that, because in the first book, that was exactly the case. You got one chapter, but it was a flashback scene to when he was like 8 years old in the first book. This one was a present day adult Tristan POV scene. I appreciated that. I needed it. I kept thinking to myself, there are 2 narrators listed for this book. Where is the other one? Where is he? And that's where he was at the very end. So there you go. But yeah, I think overall, if you like dark romance, if you like mafia, if you like enemies to lovers, I think you would like these books. I think my main complaint is lack of male POV. And that carried over from the first book to this book. There was more explanation and more dialogue from him, which I really appreciated, because if it had not been for that, I probably would not have liked the book. I mean, I would have liked the story, but I would not have been able to be like, okay, I like him as a character. You know what I mean? And it definitely would have taken the book down a notch, in my opinion. But the fact that I did get more dialogue and I did get more, like, you got more emotion from him than what he showed in the first book, that made it for me. Like, that was what I wanted. So yeah, I would give it a solid 8.5. I think that's it. I think I'm done. I thank you guys so much for joining me for another video. If you enjoyed this video, if you like me and my channel, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. If you would like, you can follow me on social media. I will link them all in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner here on the screen for you guys to see. If you are interested in checking out some of my bookish related merch, I do make bookish merch, and I have a Teespring shop where I sell those designs. I will link it in the description box below and put a little banner here on the screen for you guys to see as well. And I think that's it. I think I'm done. Pew, 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 pew. I'm done. Finger bang. Pow, pow. I'm done. I thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. I love you so much. Bye. Hello. Woof, my hair is woof. Woof, woof, and woof. Okay. Tristan, the Predator Kane, had been prepared. No. Candace, don't fucking start. Don't start with your fucking bullshit. Read properly. Leaving her with both freedom. Nope. Leaving. Leaving her with both her freedom and a life on the line in. I'm getting so mad at myself.